So ADA has dropped by over 7.5%, and this is something I talked about in my previous video where I mentioned that I was looking out for a corrective move to the downside, given that I was tracking this 5-wave move to complete the wave 1, and it looks like we are now within this wave 2, and this wave 2 tends to retrace anywhere between 50% to 88.2% of the wave 1. And so if I quickly bring in the fib tool, so here you can see that ADA could trade between 69.74 cents to 72.73 cents. So if I draw that in, you can see that we are trading within this region. So we've dropped into this region, and so it's possible that this wave 2 is complete, and then we see that push to the upside, where we can then begin to track the wave 3. But yeah, I mentioned how I was tracking a 5-wave move to the upside, and it was possible that we ended up completing the 4th wave, given that we ended up tapping into this region, and we could potentially be within this 5th wave made up of 5 waves. And if we were bearish and we were to break this low, then essentially it's possible that the 4th wave is not complete at this level, and instead what we are forming is a WXY structure to the downside to then complete the 4th wave. And so what we need essentially is for ADA to hold this position and then see that reversal to the upside. And here you can see that on a stochastic RSI, the bulls still have the momentum to continue to regain control of the market. And so I am still looking out for that push to the upside, despite seeing a 7.5% move to the downside. And so, yeah, it's possible that we have a 5-wave move and we're still within this 5th wave. And this 5th wave will then complete this 3rd wave. And then shortly after, I'll be looking out for that retracement to the downside once again to complete this 4th wave, followed by a final push to the upside to then complete the 5th wave. So what I'll do is I'll go in the 5-minute chart just to actually see what's taking place within this wave structure. So straight away I can see that this move here is made up of corrective waves as opposed to an impulsive wave, meaning that it's possible that we don't go even deeper. And so if I zoom in, so here we had this WXY structure that ended up forming. So if I bring this to the right position, and so here you can see that the 100% retracement level is at 74.28 cents. And we ended up reaching 74.27 cents. So we tapped into this region here to complete this WXY structure. And then we had this corrective move to the upside, which is typically a 50 to 18.2% retracement of this wave structure. So if I check to see if that met the requirements, and yeah, as you can see, we ended up tapping into that region between 75.54 cents to 76.52 cents. And so it looks like this WXY structure ended up completing an X wave of a bigger WXY structure. And so if I bring in a fib tool and bring this to over here, and so yeah, here you can see that we ended up tapping, or actually we ended up extending beyond the 1.236 level at 72.98 cents, where we ended up reaching this level here at 72.76 cents. And so yeah, it looks like this WXY structure is complete, where we had the W wave, the X wave, and the Y wave, and then we had this corrective move to the upside. And so essentially what's forming is a bigger WXY structure, where this would be the W wave, this would be the X wave, and this would be the Y wave. And so what I'll do is check to see if this Y wave has met the typical requirements, or if there's still a little bit more room to the downside. So if I bring in the fib tool once again, actually it's the wrong origin, so if I bring this to over here instead, and so here we ended up reaching 74.57 cents. And so I'm looking for that Y wave to reach this region between 69.72 cents to 70.62 cents. So anyway, within this region here. And so, yeah, it's possible that we could go slightly deeper. But given that we have met the minimum requirement, which is the 61.8% retracement level at 72.1 cents, it's still possible that this WXY structure is complete and we see that push to the upside. But again, it's possible that we go slightly deeper, where this Y wave could reach this region here. So if I remove this and check to see what's taking place within this Y wave. So again, here we have this WXY structure. So if I bring in a flip tool, and so yeah, here you can see that we ended up tapping into that region. And so once again, it's possible that this structure is now complete and we see that push to the upside. And so yeah, despite this corrective move that we're witnessing at the moment, I'm still bullish. I'm still looking out for a continuation to the upside where we could breach past the 80% mark. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we are within the oversold conditions. And so once again, the bulls could regain control of the market and drive the price of ADA up towards higher highs. And so essentially what would end up forming is a 5-wave move where this would be the wave 1, wave 2, so wave 3, 4, and 5 play out. And that would then complete this 5th wave, which would then complete this 3rd wave, and then we see that retracement to the downside, followed by a final push to the upside to then complete this bigger 5th wave. So yeah, that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.